Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Greyhounds Season 7, Episode 7. I'm your host, Regina Holguin, and in today's episode, we're joined by Communications Chair Allison Deininger, who is heavily involved in our Public Relations Student Society of America chapter here at the University of Indianapolis. Coming up, we will also get the chance to hear a little bit behind the scenes of the setup behind the rock and roll concert that happened here recently. We're so excited to have you, and thank you so much for coming up here with us today. So, Rock the Hounds recently happened this week on campus, and I happened to be there as well, helping film. But I saw you, and so could you tell us a little bit about what Rock the Hounds was and how the event came together?
Yeah, well, Rock the Hounds, it was a really fun rock and roll night. It was put on by Prssa and the UND Event Planning Master's Class. So it really came together because we needed an event for the master's class, and then Prssa needed a little bit more time to just get their name out there. And of course, since it's all PR, people were like, yes, let's combine and make this super fun event. So we had 3 different artists go up. It was such a fun night, a lot of light up items, a lot of dancing and singing, yeah.
So was this the first year the event took place? And what was the inspiration behind it to get it rolling?
Yeah, as far as I know, this is the second time this event has taken place. So 2 years ago, we did a similar event. It was in upstairs Switzer. And our inspiration, our teacher, Ray Begovich, absolutely loved that man. He is in one of the bands. So, of course, he was like, let's do rock and roll night. Let's get my rock school in here, and let's just have a great time.
So now kind of moving on to the PRSSA part, you're the communications chair. So tell us, what does a day in your life look like in your position, and can you tell people what PRSSA is if they don't know what it is?
Of course. Well, PRSSA is the Public Relations Student Society of America. We are part of a national organization, so there's PRSSA and then there's PRSA once you graduate. So a lot of people just go straight into that. They have a lot of conferences and everything. It's a great organization. But here on campus, as the communications chair, I do a lot of course, the social media work. If we have an event, I'm the one doing the flyers. I make sure we get on all the TVs. I try just to go up to random people and say, hey, you should join, or hey, we have this event, come on. So it's really just the marketing position. It's super fun.
Yeah, and so you talked about making flyers and handling the social media. Does PRSSA host any events on campus or any activities that you can elaborate on?
Yes, we usually do around 2 outside events a semester. So coming up on April 9th, we have PRSSA in the park. So that'll be a fun little end of year event in Switzer Park. That's going to be April 9th at 5 p.m. We're gonna have outside games, get a little bit of here's what PRSSA is, here's why you should join, but it's open to anyone. And I definitely recommend if you're interested, you should come.
Yeah, and so with those opportunities, have you had any experiences to work with real clients or have any real campaigns?
For PRSSA specifically, I have not. We have done a lot of networking opportunities with people who are in the field, but a lot of people who are in PRSSA are also in Top Dog Communication, which is the pure experiential. So with that, every semester I have a new client that I'm working with. So this is my 4th semester taking Top Dog. So I've worked with really amazing clients. Currently we're working with Whamfest. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a really fun music festival. Apparently I'm doing a lot of music this semester. But we're doing a marketing plan for them and an event plan.
Yeah, and so based on that, you have a lot of experience with real life clients, right?
Yes.
And so how has PRSSA helped you with preparing for your career in public relations?
I would say PRSSA and Top Dog combined have been amazing at preparing me. I don't think if I had either of those experiences, I would feel confident at all with job interviews. They've given me a lot to talk about. And then PRSA, we have a lot of different conferences, as I talked about. So last semester we went to DC to go to ICON, which is a national conference. We got to meet really amazing people. We got to really just network and go to individualized meetings based on what we're interested in. So I did something on travel and tourism, since that's what I'm trying to go into. So that just really helped me build my network and feel so much more confident going into my career.
Yeah, and so I've been lucky enough to have Ray Begovich as my professor in 2 of my classes, and he's mentioned that you guys take a lot of trips to conferences. Could you tell me more about these conferences that you've been to?
Of course. They're honestly my favorite part about joining PRSSA. So like I said, we went to DC last year, and then the semester before that we went to Chicago for the regional conference. So you get a lot of just bonding with your group, which is my favorite part of it. And then you get to really meet these amazing people. So we went to Edelman in Chicago, and I don't know if you know what Edelman is, but it's the biggest PR agency. So getting to see like, this is the PR agency to be at, and getting to meet the people who run that was so cool. And I personally don't know if I'm ready for an agency that big, but they were so talented. They were working for like McDonald's and Starbucks, and that was just so amazing to meet them.
Yeah, and so where would you want, speaking on that, where would you want to work? I know you mentioned that you're maybe not a little ready for such a big agency like that, but would you like to get there someday? And how would you get there?
Yeah, I really want to work in-house, so I want to be able to be committed to just one brand and give all of my time and energy to them. I'm really hoping to get into like that travel and tourism, so I'm looking at doing maybe like airports, so Republic Airways or Indianapolis Airport Authority is something that I'm really hoping to get an internship with. I'm doing something for Beyond Monumental over the summer, so I'll be getting a little bit of tourism in that because I know a lot of people come to Indy for like the marathons, and we get like to be directly in downtown at the monument, so it's super fun.
Yeah, and thank you so much for all this wonderful insight. I didn't know that you guys went to all these conferences, and that's pretty amazing. We'll be right back to hear from more from Allison after this quick break.
Welcome back to Grand Slam Sports. I'm Jay Saj, and I'm going to be your host tonight.
And I'm your co-host, Charles Foster.
And I'm Jackson Strasburger, your sports analyst.
And that'll do it for today's edition of Grand Slam Sports.
Tune into Good Morning Greyhounds on UND TV on YouTube at 9 a.m. on Saturdays.
Start your morning right with entertainment, interviews, and games all on Good Morning Greyhounds on Saturdays at 9 a.m. And you can even spot a Greyhound.
And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening and welcome back to UND TV News.
For the campus, local, and national headlines you need to know, tune in to UND TV News, Mondays at 6.
Take it on a game-winning buzzer beater, long range.
Ladies and gentlemen,
angry at you, Freddie. We got to get off TikTok.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Paul Salinskis getting them threes up.
What are you talking about? Whoa.
Due respect putting Anthony Davis up there. I do like it.
He stinks
but
too.
Just give Paul Pierce the ball with 10 seconds on the clock. He's getting you a bucket.
Let's
Talk
be
about
real.
Andre
We're talking about
Iguodala.
Paul Pierce.
You know, it's a great episode when we're screaming.
Jay Kelton to my left, Latif Mustafa, Addison Mosley, Rick Dunkel, this entire UND TV staff for having us on the desk. Last call.
Welcome back to Good Morning Greyhounds. Now we're back here with Allison with some more questions about her experience with PRSSA. So you talked about some of the conferences that you went to. I heard that there's actually going to be a panel. Could you talk more about that panel on April 15th?
Yes. So that is going to be led by Top Dog Communication and the UND Marketing Club. I'm the person who is going to be moderating it, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm super excited. We have 6 different professionals from the marketing and communications field. So there's going to be a lot of advice for like what to do after graduation. Some of them are alumni, so we're going to ask them how did they go from being a PR major to being a CEO at a marketing firm, or meeting with all these different people. How do you deal with team dynamics? How do you figure out what you want to do after college? Because there's so many opportunities in PR. Like you could do design, you could do crisis comms, you could do all of it. It's so hard to decide.
Right. And so you're both involved in Top Dog and PRSSA. Is there a difference between the two? Should you join both of them, or what are the benefits between both of them?
Of course. I would say definitely join both. Most people who are in PRSSA are also in Top Dog. So I'm the firm director at Top Dog Communication, which is like I said, it's an actual class, so you get 1 credit for joining. Pure SSA is just an RSO, so it's a little less intense, it's a little less time commitment, but in Top Dog, you really get to meet like with a client and you get a lot more hands-on experience. You also get to work on your resume and your LinkedIn and just professional development. So I always say, like, even if you're nowhere near a comm major, you're going to leave this class feeling so much more confident because you're working on those skills of just like presenting, and you're gonna learn how to write and design, and you're gonna get so many more skills you can talk about in interviews.
Yeah, so you're heavily involved in both of these. How do you handle all of the workload? So do you have a work-life balance between both of those?
I try to do a lot of yoga in the mornings just to make sure I am calm to deal with whatever comes my way. I always set aside time just to do something creative because I'm a very creatively oriented person. So this semester I've started doing like testimonial series, and I'm making just like different videography and photography things and working that into Top Dog because that is what fills me, and then that just inspires me to keep working and giving as much as I can to all the students that are in Top Dog and Pure SSA.
Yeah, so coming into UND your first year, did you ever imagine that you'd have this position?
I knew I was going to go to Ball State, and I knew that they had Flyer PR, but I wanted to be somewhere that was like a little bit closer to home. But I was like, UND doesn't have a PR program, right? And then I toured here, and I'm like, oh, they have a good comm program. So I was like, okay, I'm going here for sure. I'm like, I want to be a little bit a part of Top Dog, but there's no way that I'm actually going to like get up there. And I saw the previous firm director, and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to be where she is. I'm like, there's no way that I'd have the skills and talent to get there. And last semester, she told me, she's like, you should apply. I was like, no, like I would not get it. Like I'm not confident enough. And she's like, you can do it. And her just having that confidence in me helped so much. And now here I am, and I absolutely love it. And I'm hoping to do it for another 2 semesters.
Yeah, I mean, earlier this interview, you were telling me that I should join myself. And so what would you tell people? Would they join? What should you tell a person that is highly they're unsure if they want to join or not? What is your convincing point to tell them to join?
Of course. Well, I think that anyone should join. We have such a great team. So we have 4 amazing executive members right now. Everyone there is going to help you learn. So like if you're someone who's like, I don't know anything about PR, I'm not about to just go into that, like I don't know how to do it, we're gonna tell you how to do it. So we're gonna teach you Adobe, we're gonna teach you how to write, we're gonna teach you AP style, so people can have come into this class before knowing absolutely nothing, and you leave feeling so much more equipped. And it might be a little rough at first. Like I will just say that it is a rough transition if you don't know anything. Like you might just feel a little overwhelmed, but that is completely normal. I was terrified my first semester. You just have that imposter syndrome voice in the back of your head, but you're gonna get through it and you're gonna find so much fun in it. Like whatever desire and passion that you have, you can find that in Top Dog.
Yeah, and so how do people start going to these meetings? Where and when, and how should I sign up?
Chris, for Pure SSA, those are going to be open to everyone. We have meetings in ESH 3:30, so those are 5 p.m. on Mondays, every Monday. We also have an Instagram if you want to follow called UND Pure SSA, or just Top Dog Communication if you want to follow that one. I highly recommend. I'm the one who runs them. And then for Top Dog, that is a 1 credit class that anyone can register for. But if you're someone who's just like a little bit wary before registration, you can come join a class. It's Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. So if you want, you can just go straight from Pure SSA to Top Dog, which is what most of us do.
Yeah, and so you talked about how getting there might be a little overwhelming. Are there any challenges that you faced while joining Pure SSA or throughout your career?
I would say just like that fear of I'm not good enough, or what if I disappoint one of my leaders. Like that was definitely something that I struggled with because I am a perfectionist. But we have such a good executive team. Like everyone on the Pure SSA board, everyone who's on top of Top Dog, like they're going to help you succeed. Like if you have a fear, you can bring it to them. They'll be like, okay, let me get you to where you want to be. And you don't need to fear because we're all here to help you. And it's such a safety net there, which is so nice.
Right on. And so talk a little bit about your team. Do you guys do team bonding events? Are you guys well connected together? How's your team?
We're really great friends. So we have some of our team back here, but we all are usually in the office together multiple hours a week. We just talk, we go to 7 Brew together, of course. We have all these different events that we're at, and then we just kind of hang out. Like we had a firm field trip last Monday, and afterwards a lot of us just went and got dinner afterwards. So we were all just chatting about PR, and it was so great. I love everyone there.
Yeah, and so what's your favorite memory, or talk about some highlights of yours from Pure SSA?
Yeah, well, I have two different things that I can't figure out which one I want to say, because we met Lauren Graham at the PRSSA conference in DC, and Lauren Graham, I absolutely love her. I love Gilmore Girls, so getting to see her, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. But then at the Chicago trip, that was probably one of like my highlights of my college career, because we were all just like together and bonding. We were with Ray, who was giving us like tour of Chicago because he's from there. We went to the Bean, and it was so fun. I love everyone in Top Dog.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit about what Ray Begovich's role is within PRSSA?
Yeah, he is our advisor, so he is the one who manages like what events we have. If we go on conferences, he's usually with us. He's also just a great advisee, so like if you need questions or need help with anything, you can go straight to him. You can text him and email him whenever, stop in class, and like he is so passionate about what he does, so it really inspires me to just keep going and keep building that passion.
Yeah, and so has there been a certain project that stood out to you that you've done during your time in PRSSA?
I think I really liked doing the rock and roll night. That was super fun. That was like my first big event that I've ever planned. I got to do the graphic design for the program, and so that was really fun. I'm working with undergrad and master's students, so you have a lot of different ideas going in, and it was like a lot of different perspectives to add, which was really nice to see, because we have people who, like me, have never been out in the field, and people who have been in the field for so many years. So that was just really, really cool.
Yeah, and so you said PRSSA is an RSO, it's a student organization. What do you think makes PRSSA different from other UND organizations?
We have such a strong impact on professional development, and I think some RSOs don't necessarily have that. Like, we're going to get you that real world experience. We're going to have different networking nights. There's going to be people from sports fields and people who are interested in doing graphic design who are going to come and talk. You're going to be getting to go to these conferences, which is such a unique experience that I never thought that I would have until I was like way out in my field. But like getting to do that in undergrad is such a great experience to build that resume and build that professional development. And you can always bring up these opportunities in interviews and be like, oh yeah, I've gotten to like plan this event. And everyone who is involved in PRSSA, you get to be a part of every event that we plan. Like, it's not just the executive board who does everything, it's so involved.
Yeah, and so how do the people at PRSSA, including yourself, how do you guys think about all the campaigns and the events you guys are planning through?
We have weekly meetings on Monday nights, as I said, and so we all just get together and we say, hey, what are you feeling inspired to do? Like, what kind of events do you think we should do this semester? Like, we know that the weather's going to be warmer. Like, oh, what if we do a picnic? So that's when we started thinking about this event that we have coming up. And then people were like, oh, well, we have like all those yard games that are in Switzer Park. What if it's like a picnic with lawn games, and like we can all like bring our own potluck? And then someone else will say something like, well, I have this that I can bring, and someone else is like, oh, well, we can do like photography for this, or at this graphic design. So it's really just like a culmination of ideas. And then we of course have our wonderful secretary who takes all these notes, because there's a lot of ideas happening in those meetings.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of important stuff that you've learned through working with PRSSA. What's the most important connection you've built while being in PRSSA?
I would say the most important connection that I've built so far is I met someone on Monday who used to work for Public Airways, which I said is someplace that I really want to work. So she got me connected with someone who was like high up there. He got me hooked with one of an internship for fall, so I'm going to apply to that. And just having that connection and knowing that they know who I am personally and that I'm connected to someone who used to work there is such a nice thing to know. And like in that interview, we can already be like, oh yeah, we know each other, we've talked before. So that was really cool.
Yeah, and so before we wrap it up, is there anything we haven't discussed that you'd like to bring up about PRSSA?
Well, I'll just reiterate that everyone should join. It is such a great club to be a part of. You don't have to come every Monday night if you're a busy person. Just like hop in sometime. There's going to be some master's students in there who are bringing like that real world expertise. It's just a fun night to be, like, you just get to be with all the friends, and there's so many comm majors in there, so I definitely recommend joining.
Right on. You have me thinking about joining PRSSA on the spot right now. Yeah. So thank you for joining us and for being able to rely on your experience on PRSSA.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And so thank you a lot. Thank you.
Thank
you. Next up on Good Morning Greyhounds, be sure to check out all our other productions on YouTube and social media and stay up to date on all news, sports, and entertainment at UND TV. And have a good morning, Greyhounds.